And while we're on the topic of love and Socrates and loving Socratically, it's relevant for me to tell you the story of why I hated Socrates for many years. I hated him, and it was because of the way he acted in love, near love, in proximity to love, both friend love and romantic love. Specifically, the way he acted with Alcibiades. The end of Plato's Symposium tells the story of Alcibiades, the famous Athenian general, statesman, playboy, confessing his love to Socrates and how it's been something that's haunted him for like years and years and years of his life. And he tells the story of a night many years in the past when he confessed his feelings to Socrates. And this story is received with humor by the audience, both ancient and modern a lot of the time, because it's so inappropriate for the younger guy to be confessing feelings for the older guy. The older guy is supposed to be the pursuer. But Alcibiades was built a little differently. He wanted to get what he wanted, and he was so completely enamored with Socrates for the way that he was different from everyone. He was not like other guys. He's not like other philosophers. He was such a charismatic speaker. He brought out these feelings that Alcibiades had never experienced, feelings of like looking inward and having to confront his own inadequacy and being in the presence of great wisdom. He just adored Socrates. And so one night he has Socrates over for dinner and he tells him how he feels and that he wants more of a relationship with Socrates. And then he said Socrates responds in a way that is violently himself, dripping with irony. And he turns the whole thing into a joke. So he's basically led Alcibiades on by functionally going on a bunch of dates with him. They've had dinner together, they've gone to the gym together. These are all dates that men had in ancient Greece. And then Alcibiades finally does the "what are we" conversation. And Socrates just can't take it seriously. And this is a pattern of behavior for Socrates, that he can't take anything seriously. He turns serious conversations into a joke. Even when he's literally on his deathbed and his friends are mourning and upset, he yells at them to like not show emotion. Just the sort of person who would be so hard to be friends with. And I just thought it was so mean that that's what he did when Alcibiades made himself vulnerable in that moment. That he tried to brush it off with a joke. And then even Alcibiades is telling this very vulnerable story years later. Mind you, he's completely plastered drunk. But then Socrates still goes and makes another joke at the end of it and flirts with another guy in front of him. And because of the degree of well-articulated yearning in the Alcibiades speech, I would say that that was certainly one of the serious major inspiration points for the whole Plato for Girls idea and like this page and my translation work and everything. And the symposium has a lot of moments of like rite of passage, coming of age moments for women, maybe for men too, I don't know. And one of them is like confessing your heart and soul to a guy who just has absolutely no concept of how to handle a situation like that or how to react in a sensitive way. So I've always had a ton of empathy for Alcibiades. So that's why I used to hate Socrates. And this is getting too long, so I think I'll make a second part of what made me stop hating him. Because obviously I don't hate him the same way anymore, since I tell you to follow, to be reminded to think about Socrates every day, because you should be thinking about Socrates every day.